Now it's time for me to toot your horn a little bit now. No, not like that. No Diddy. I had to throw it out there.
All right.
I told you gonna have fun. Hi guys, once again, welcome to Sergios Corner with my main man Otis. How you doing, Otis?
What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Good, appreciate you. Hey, it's not me. You've been killing the game, so you come my way. First off, with everything in the NCAA tournament, we're gonna see, going on. Let's talk about your college experience with George Mason, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I heard that it almost didn't happen. So tell me about that whole situation, because I'll tell everybody's story. I like everybody let their story be told. So.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from Jersey, and coming out of high school, I wasn't really recruited, by a lot of colleges, So my senior year in February, I got my first offer. So that just tells you about my recruiting process. And I was going to go to prep school that next school year. And then, George Mason came around, March, April, and they offered me a scholarship, so I went on a visit, and, the rest is history, as they say. It was an easy decision, man. They were in the Atlantic 10. Dave Paulson came from Bucknell, so it was going to be his first year, too. So it was just like a perfect timing, situation, and, thankfully it all worked out, for me and for the school. So I was really happy with my time there.
Now let's talk about it. So you played for Bayreuth last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still one of the top scorers. I remember being on the charts. What was the difference between your experience there and your experience this year? Because you're still doing the same thing, but you guys are in fourth place. You guys are
Yeah.
a lot more. And last year you were fighting for relegation. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me about that process right there.
Yeah, for sure. I think you said the biggest thing. It was like this year, I'm just on a winning team, and I think last year, because I came to Bayreuth in February during the FIBA break from Croatian, and I feel like that team, if we would have been together for a little bit longer, I feel like we could have won some more games. And the coach was new too. They had a new coach in February as well, so everything was new. And to be in that situation, trying to fight to avoid getting moved down, it was a tough situation. It worked out, for me personally. I was able to showcase my talent and my skills, but just I want to win too, though. That's the most important thing. And I
But you
want
had one of my guys on your team and be chill. And so curious because I was wondering how the dynamic of two prolific scorers was really gonna, it's only one ball at the end of the day. So
for sure.
that was my
For
question.
sure, but I want to give a lot of credit to Brandon, because when I went over there, he hit me up first, and he was like, "Yo, just play your game. Like, don't worry about me. Like, just come in. We're gonna figure it out on the fly. Like, just be yourself, and we're gonna figure it out." So that eased a lot of my worries, about how maybe that could work. Because, like you said, this is one ball on the court, but Brandon was really selfless, and I was selfless too, because there was times, there was games and moments in the games where he had it going, and I would just let him operate, and vice versa. So it was a perfect, type of arrangement. In my book, I love playing with him, and I love hanging out with him off the court. We was together every day. He's a great dude for real. So we still talk. We talk probably like 3 times a week still, so that's one of my
He's
guys.
still in the league, so he's in cross time. But the thing about that, I think that people don't understand is when these teams recruit you to come overseas and play, a lot of guys figure out or try to figure out, how can I change my game to give the team what they need. But don't forget, the team brought you in for a reason.
Nah, for
So
sure. So I think that it needs to be a lot of like communication before, like on both ends. Like, look, this is what I can do. Like, this is what y'all want me to do. Like, how can we come together? And then, because the most important thing is winning. Both sides should want to win, first and foremost. So I think communication is key when dealing with coaches and management. So everybody knows what the goals are and expectations are, from a player, because it can get tricky out here fast.
It can. So with the coach you have now, he's a big guard guy. I've known him
Mm-hmm.
for years. So was
Yeah.
that part of the, like, I guess, enticing factor to come play for him? because literally I've watched you play. He lets you have that ball in your hand. He lets you make mistakes, and some coaches don't let you make mistakes. You know what I mean? So how is it working with him, man? How is it working underneath coach?
Man, it's awesome, man. Sasha's cool, man. One of the best coaches that I've played for, in my life. And being in the league last year and playing against Warriors last year, I kind of saw how to use their players. Stanley Whitaker, Cam Hunt. So just seeing how they played and operate last year, and then coming in this year, I kind of knew it would be similar. Me and coaches had some conversations during the summertime. But before I signed, and kind of he was telling me how I can get better, and what areas I need to improve on, and to add to my game to even take it to the next level. So I love playing for Coach. He's honest, he communicates really well, and he works a lot with the mental. And
Yeah, he does.
not for sure. He works a lot with the mental and meditation, breathing, focus, all of that. So it's not just basketball with him. He wants to help us, learn how to focus and to, be able to be calm in stressful situations on the court and off of the court as well. So I rock with him a lot.
Yeah, and then you got a great team this season. You got where's my mullet man? We got mullet man, which we got
Exactly.
we got he was on the show too. That's my man. Call him Joe Dirty. We got Joe Dirty with you. We got you guys play like you've been playing together for years, dude. And for Wurzburg to be in fourth place and some of the upsets you had, man, tell me, like it's crazy.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, it is. It is crazy, and I think, just like you said, like being there from the start. We was all there July 31st. So that's a little early. But I think it helped too because a lot of the players on this team played in the league last year or have been playing in the league. So except for like one player, Darius, who came from Hungary, but and Zach, but he was in Pro A. So, but other than that. We've all been in this league. We know the rest. We know the game style. We know how it goes. So I think that also played a big part in it. And we have great personalities on the team, like great characters, and we all mesh well. And it's a great group of guys. And you know this by playing basketball for a long time. It's rare you get those teams that kind of click like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you find yourself in that situation, you know you can feel it. On the inside, and you want to maximize that because, people might change teams and it's a whole different dynamic. People might not talk to each other. People might not be as close. So we're really close, man. We talk a lot, not just about basketball, but about everything. It's a funny group of guys who love to laugh, joke, and, but we also know how to lock in and be serious and push each other, to be better. And it's a great collection, just personalities alone. And then you add the talent and the skills, and we all complement each other for real.
Big facts. Now it's time for me to toot your horn a little bit now. Now I, not like that, no Diddy. I had to throw it out there. Right. I know you're gonna have fun. Hey, look, so here you are, second year in, top of the scoring leaderboard, like MVP candidate is, it's within reach. And then you have the season where you're in fourth place, topping team, getting ready for the playoffs. What's that mindset? Because me, I don't know how I can manage that because in the back of my mind, that MVP would kind of be, I don't need it, but I want it. You get what I mean? So, I want to win. Everybody wants to win, but, having a little piece of trophy doesn't hurt either. So how do you manage being that guy, honestly, day in and day out? And does it affect you when you do have one of those slope games? And how do you process that situation? Because I'm being honest, we all say personal accolades don't matter, right? But at the end of the day, you want to tell your kids, man, look, daddy was the man.
For sure. Guaranteed. Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. I think, I don't know, when I came into the season, I wasn't thinking about winning that award, MVP. I wasn't, to be honest. I wanted to be on a winning team. I wanted to make the playoffs. That was my first two, right?
Yeah.
Just be on a winning team, make playoffs, because as a point guard, as a smaller guard, winning playoffs, that means a lot, over the season.
At this level, yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, all right. And then coming from, the situation in Bayern where Crush, I was like, all right, I just want to be on a winning team, make the playoffs, boom. And then, over time, like over the season, you just try to be consistent in your work. And, people can start off the season strong and then they drop, or they start off slow and then they get hot. But I just wanted to kind of always be around right here, Yeah, exactly. And I think the biggest thing is just focusing on each day, really just trying to get better and like just sticking to the formula. Like I have a specific way in which I break down my week and what I do the first 3 days, the middle, and then on game day, so just keeping the focus right there. It helps me to not think too far ahead, and I think uh, with the play style that we have, I know I have a good chance to score the ball. I have a good chance to pass the ball, get my teammates involved. The ball's always going to be in my hands, so that gives me a lot of confidence, and it kind of gives me like a lot of like patience. I don't have to rush. I don't have to force things. Because the game is going to naturally work its way like that. I just have to be prepared for when the opportunity comes to make a play. And sometimes it's some games where just the way the game's going, the way they're playing defense, it's not my game to score. But I have to be able to pass, get my teammates involved, and then there's been games where I've had to score the ball. I've had to take and make big shots down the stretch, and it's just how it goes. But the preparation is always the same. The preparation is always the same, and that allows me to just keep focused and just whatever happens is going to happen. We got I think 7 games left, and just trying to finish up strong, and things are going to fall into place. And winning is the most important thing. You could score the most points, you can have a great season, but if you're a last place team, there's no MVP conversation, at all. So it kind of needs to be like exactly. It needs to be a good balance of personally playing at a high level and then also your team playing at a high level. So fortunately, so far, both have been able to kind of happen for me. So, but I'm just focused on the moment.
Well, with that routine we talked about, we always talk about. Well, I love talking about this because I've had like a 13, 14-year career. Managing that body. You're one of the players in the league right now, if I'm correct, that is logging like top 3 of the most minutes right now. Like is that process, you account for that in your preparation process, like how much time you spend on the court? Because if you're getting put in 39 minutes out of 40 game, you gotta you can't go hard every day as much as we want to be honest about the situation.
Yeah, for sure. So let's say we play on a Sunday, and then right. So let's say it's Monday. Like the first 3 days, my conditioning, I'm doing a lot of conditioning. I'm on a bike. I'm doing shooting drills, running sprints. I'm getting my heart rate up. Practice. It's you always have to go hard in practice. That's the best conditioning. Really, is like when you 5-on-5, 3-on-3, like anything on the court is the best conditioning. So you have to go hard in that. But like off the court, just a lot of conditioning, and we have a great strength coach. So we're in the weight room. So that helps too. Keep your body durable throughout the season, and then so those first 3 days is a lot. It's heavy, and then the next 3 is you kind of just you gotta tone it down a little bit. Like the prep and after practice where you kind of have to tone down. Practice always have to go hard, but and the coaches do a great job of making sure we're not killing ourselves in practice and we're focused. But at this point of the season, you have to be smart. So they know that they have a lot of experience, so it's nothing new to them. But yeah, you go up and then you go down, and then so on game day, you locked in, and then my diet too, making sure I'm eating the right things those couple of days before, especially the couple of days before the game, and sleep a couple of days. People think it's like the day before, but it's a couple of days. Yeah, for sure. So that plays a part too. Your diet and your sleep. So that's the preparation. It's like a formula, man. You just try to keep to it, and you just try to plan accordingly. And if you just stay consistent, I think the results are more often going to come in the way that you would like it. But it's an imperfect game, though. Sometimes it don't go the way the ball bounce funny ways. Sometimes, so
referees call different calls.
Exactly. Referees. Exactly. For sure. So Yeah.
We talk about that. Let's talk about dad. Now, dads are the biggest fans. 9 times out
Mm-hmm.
of 10, I know how mine was, so I'm pretty sure I can imagine the same with yours. He's a sports journalist,
Nah, for sure. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you ever, and this is me being a player too, like when your dad gives you advice and you fresh out the game, have you ever had to be like, dad, chill, or mom have to be like, dad, chill, or do y'all just
Yeah.
take it?
Nah, for sure. As I gotten older, he's kind of eased off a little bit. When I was younger though, because he played basketball too. He was a point guard as well, so he knows the position. He knows the responsibility. So he was always talking to me. He taught me the game. So as I've developed over the years, he was hard on me and held me to a high standard. But as I've gotten older, like he kind of eased off because I'm at a level to where he hasn't been at, in
Mhm.
basketball. So I kind of surpassed it in that
Yeah.
way. So the conversations is more like he's asking me a lot of questions about the game and how I see it, and he's more curious instead of trying to teach me or give me advice. He's more
And a learning curve.
curious. Yeah, he's trying to learn it a little because he's never played as a pro,
Yeah.
especially so the conversations about basketball are a little bit different, and I'm thankful for that. So it's interesting to see the two sides to that relationship on the basketball perspective for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So Sunday you got Bayern, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
last time they smacked you. We're gonna be honest about it. They smacked you last time. So
That's it.
coming in, being that you guys are on a roll, Zach,
Mm-hmm.
they got the three. You got Philly doing this thing in the post. You killing it
Sure.
with
Mm-hmm.
it. What's it like for you? Are you excited for it? Do you how do you feel going into this matchup? Because back in the day, Bayerns, Berlins, these were what
Mm-hmm.
we used to consider Bambergs untouchable.
For
But
sure.
now with the level of the league, anybody can get got. so
For
so
sure.
so
Anybody can get got.
so
Yeah.
so is that mentality going to this game kind of like, all right, last time y'all spanked us, it's time for us to get our lick back? Is that where we're going
Nah,
with this one?
yeah, for sure. Because we played them in October, and we are a totally different team than when we were in October. We were still learning each other, learning the system that coach wants. So I think now, we're just a totally different team, like I said, and we have a lot of confidence in ourselves. But we are a humble team. We know we can beat teams, and we know that we can lose to teams too. So that keeps us real balanced. We don't get too
Mm-hmm.
hard at all. Like we don't let ourselves get like that. So we have a lot of confidence and respect for it from Munich. And it's fun though. Whenever you can play against a high level team like that, and share the floor with them, and you get to kind of like see the speed, the strength, and kind of all of those things that it takes to
Yeah.
be at that level that they're at. It's always a fun thing, and you want to challenge yourself. And to prove that you can play with them, and
Yes,
you
yep.
know they're humans just like us, so it's fun, and they lost like 4 games this year, so they're
Mhm.
not invincible, they're beatable, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be a tough game though. It's gonna be a tough game. We're gonna have to play physical, play smart. We're gonna have to think the game, and we're at home, and we always feel confident at
Oh
home.
yeah. That fan.
So
Y'all have a
exactly,
really
our fans are crazy.
y'all have a really
I
good
think
fan.
we have the best fans in the league. They're so loud and they're
Yeah.
passionate, and so that's gonna give us a huge boost. So I'm excited for the game. We all are. So I can't wait to get it going, get the week going, and with our preparation for them.
So this is the last
Mhm.
thing I always do. I call it wow, and it's words of wisdom. I love
Okay.
giving people words of wisdom. I love giving tidbits. And I was on your page. I was snooping a little bit. You got a new
Oh yeah, for
follow,
sure.
and very similar. I see you like a lot of stuff that comes from the soul, and brings
Mhm.
enlightenment. So I'm gonna let you go first, and I'll follow after you. Let me have some words of wisdom for anybody going through a bad day, or want to do what we do, or just in general. Give me something that is from your soul that got you through
Wow.
and get other people through it.
Man, yeah, that's a good idea for a segment, man. For real. I think just going through a bad day. Nothing lasts forever.
Mm,
It may seem like it in the moment. I think because that's how we are as humans. We make things so big for ourselves, and but time goes on. You just have to get through each second, each minute, each hour, each day, each week, each month, each year. Try to break it down like that, and just stay true to who you are throughout that time. That's the most important thing. I think when people come through, challenging times, they can change their values or change their roots. But if you stay strong in who you are, stay solid, and just, keep focused, on the moment and try not to live in the past or the future, then, things are going to work out, things are going to shape up. And, always keep your head up and, be confident and just know that things are always going to work out for the good, and when you think like that, because what you think you become, what you see, what you hear, what you perceive, that becomes your reality, and I think a lot of people need to tap into that more. You are the master of your reality if you can understand that and believe that for sure. So that's helped me. I feel like it's gotten me to a point in my life and in my career where if I didn't have that mentality or thing like that, I might have stopped playing a while ago. But I think my belief and the way I think and my confidence has carried me so far, and I have my family and my parents and my support system to thank for that for sure.
No, and I'm gonna give an additive to that with
For
what you said. My words of wisdom are vision. I'm gonna go with
sure.
vision, just like you said. The vision that is shown to you is not for everyone else to see,
For sure.
and the reason that the vision is shown to you is because that's what you're supposed to become and supposed to.
Mhm.
So when you
Guarantee it.
have naysayers in your life or people telling you what you cannot do, just know
Hmm.
that the vision wasn't revealed to them.
For
That's
sure.
your vision, your
Hmm.
goal, your purpose. So walk forward in your light. Don't forget that a smile can brighten someone else's day.
Hmm.
And those are my words of wisdom. Wow. Thank you for your
God,
time, Otis. I
man,
appreciate
appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate it for sure.